Yeah, guys, flying is one of those things you either love or hate. There's not really anything in between. And I'll tell you from experience, flying is just one of those things when you're behind the yoke, you got to experience to really understand it. And, undoubtedly the aviation industry has really taken a blow during COVID. But I'll tell you, there's one small subset of the industry that's been booming this whole time.
Oh, this is great. There's the brake, full throttle.
As the global aviation industry recovers from a turbulent year of layoffs and restructuring, a Concorde flight school is breaking records.
Whether they're going to, want to go on to the airlines or, to a corporate flying job.
Hope Edge is a certified flight instructor at Victory Lane Aviation, where their schedules are packed.
Draw out a little bit of fuel there.
Teaching students like Scott Hosey to fly.
That moment being there, just seeing other people using their pilot license was the thing that really inspired me.
It took a family trip to the shore for the props to start turning in his head, wondering what it would take to get behind the yoke.
All right, let's give it a go.
When the day came, Scott wondered why he had waited so long.
I mean, I'll never forget that first solo flight. It's by far the most rewarding experience I've ever had.
He's not alone chasing dreams of flight during the pandemic. Victory Lane says in 2020, they saw the largest year-over-year jump in flight training in their whole history.
We've seen such an uptick in, folks that are interested in learning how to fly and coming out for flight lessons. And, it is something that we've been able to do during a pandemic safely.
Get on our landing lights, beacon, nav lights.
Scott is well on his way to earning a private pilot certificate. No telling, though, if you'll see him in the right seat on your next trip out of Charlotte.
I have no plans to have a full-time career in aviation, but knowing how much I love it, we'll see what happens, and it's something that I'm staying open to.
So here's the thing, you got to have three things to get to learning how to fly. You got time, money, and determination. It's one of those things you really have to have some repetition at, get muscle memory to flying and the types of things you see, feel, and hear while you're flying. Of course, money. There's no way around it. It can be kind of expensive. A Cessna 172 in this area is going to run you about $170 to $180 an hour with fuel and some type of instructor. Now, if money, is kind of tight and you're still looking to go fly, you can always take a discovery flight. Those aren't too expensive. They run about $100 for an hour, or you can go to AOPA.org, and they have lots of places that you can sign up for a scholarship. There's lots of industries, some community organizations accepting applications right now, guys.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people are passionate about flying, but what's the latest on the airlines and their hiring as travel expands right now, Hawker?
Well, gosh, guys, it's still a record-breaking day every single morning. I wake up and I check what happened the night before, and it looks like we're still, past 1 million travelers almost every day. And that boom is creating a trickle-down effect when it comes to hiring pilots, because you have our larger airlines, American, Delta, United, that are adding planes back to the fleet that were previously stored. That means they have to recall pilots to come back, which means there are some openings left behind by pilots who took an early retirement. So at this point, we're looking at the smaller regional airlines having space and inviting those people who have their 1,500 hours for their ATP certificate to come on board and get hired, guys.